Okay. All right, we're recording. So hello everybody and welcome to a new committee meeting. Today is Monday, the 13th, oh my God, of July 2015. We just survived a small storm here in Berlin. Everybody's fine. I hope you guys have better weather wherever you are. So I just want to say hello to everybody who's watching and participating in IRC. So Heather, Michael, Buluma, Philip, I know you're around. If you are online, please make sure to enter your name in the Etherpad so that we know who was present today. That being said, let's get started. So let's look at the previous action items. We had an action item for Michal to publish the script of LTNN tutorial video to LTNN forums. Michal, what can you say?
Yep, I put the first draft in there, and it's just to kind of, it's a structure plus the first two scripts kind of complete. Thank you very much to, I think it was, geez, I should probably be looking at the script while I'm saying this, but thank you to everybody who put their feedback in there. You can comment on this, so please keep doing that, and I'll keep working on it. So we're going to get it done by the end of this week, and then I'm going to start recording. So that's going to be it.
All right. All right, there's another action item for both of us to publish the results and action items from Whistler. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that yet. We are hoping to get this up as soon as possible. Meanwhile, if you had a session at the work week, please send us the details, like your notes or whatever action items you had from that session, so that we can put everything together and publish. So please, once again, if you had a session with our amazing community, please send everything that you have written down so that we can publish this as soon as possible. All right. Then we can move on to roundtable. There is no item that I see on at the roundtable. Okay, so contributors of the week. I see a nomination for Philip. Mark, was that you?
Yes, that was me, yeah. I asked last week for contributors to send me bugs numbers for common issues that they were seeing on the forums. And Philip did, and there was a couple common issues, and I think pretty much all of them got patched last week, so that worked well.
Awesome. That's great. Well, congratulations, Philip. You're a contributor of the week. Well done. It seems that this whole new setup is working well. We actually get some stuff patched or done. So keep that up. And once again, thank you for all your efforts. Congratulations for today. All right. Any other nominations? No? Okay. I'll move on then. SUMO dev update. Kadiri, you have the floor.
Yep, so this is a quick one. We are still on the 12th sprint, which is focused on the unified ask a question flow, which should be finished tomorrow. We have a number of things that we're doing in our 25% time. I think a lot of them this time focused on the KB, the English KB. And the next sprint, starting tomorrow, will be focused on buddy up LTNN to put it into maintenance mode after that. So that's going to be our big roadmap item for sprint 13.
All right. Any questions for Kadiri? Okay. Michal, can you also please watch IRC just in case there are questions, because I cannot move between all of them. All right. Well, if there are no questions, thank you, Kadiri, for the updates, and we'll move on to Firefox Desktop. Mark.
Firefox Desktop. The only big news right now is that Windows 64 version of Firefox Desktop is going to be generally available in about 4 weeks when Firefox 40 comes out. And it's not, people aren't going to get it automatically. They're going to have to go download it intentionally, but there's going to be a lot of news articles and things, and so some people will. So thing to keep in mind about this is that there will be issues that are specific to Windows 64 Firefox versus 32-bit Firefox, especially when it comes to plugins, because they use entirely different plugins, not add-ons, plugins, like Flash, Java, Silverlight. I think most plugins aren't even going to work in 64-bit Firefox. You need specifically 64-bit versions of the plugins, and only a couple of people who make plugins actually make 64-bit versions of their plugins. We might see people start to make more plugins for 64-bit if it gets more popular, but what we're probably going to see is people are going to switch to 64-bit, and they're not going to be able to do something like use Adobe Reader in their browser anymore. You know, it's going to use the native built-in viewer, and they're going to say, how do I get Adobe Reader to work? And there's just is not a 64-bit Adobe Reader plugin, so it's not going to work. But we'll keep an eye on these things. I'm not sure exactly what all the issues are that we can expect at this point, but we will be finding out what they are and documenting them, and I will be posting on the contributor forums as well when we have a good idea of what probably some common issues will be, and we'll go from there. So just something to keep in mind. So if you have a 64-bit computer, which you almost certainly do, if it's Windows, which maybe it's not, maybe run it in a VM or something, try it out. It's supposed to be slightly faster and shinier, but yeah, try it out and see how plugins work, things like that. Might be a good idea. All right, thanks.
All right, any questions for Mark? Cool. All right, thank you, Mark, for all the updates. Very cool. Let's move on to Firefox OS. I guess, Johnny, you're taking this one.
Yeah, so I don't actually remember where we left off on Firefox OS updates, but I wanted to get everyone up to speed on what's launched so far in May, June, and July. So Firefox OS is now in Africa, and here are the list of countries that it's been launched in, and these are all 2.0 devices. So let me know. I think most of these countries, except for Egypt, are French or English speaking, so I don't think we need any extra localization there. But you might see more questions in, say, French. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.
Awesome. Thank you. Any other questions? Or did you also cover Firefox? Are you also covering Firefox for Android, Joni?
Oh yeah, that's me. So, so I am starting documentation this week, but so far it looks like we only have one change, and I'm trying to find out what the user-facing change is. So I'm talking to the product manager to see what kind of password manager changes we need to document. And if there are any potential support questions, she'll also let me know, and then of course, I'll keep everyone posted.
Great. Okay. Thank you so much. So Roland is out for the next 3 weeks, so we don't have any updates around Firefox or iOS. So I'll just move on quickly to community. And here I just wanted to give you a quick update of what happened in Berlin this weekend. We had our first Mozilla weekend in Berlin targeted to the German community, which was pretty cool because we don't have a lot of events like this here, although there is an office in Germany. So this event was organized by the German community, and the idea was to basically make sure that Mozilla is more visible in Berlin and in Germany in general, and that people are aware of what's happening with us. We also had Mitchell Baker present, who had like a discussion with the community involved and answered a few questions. So it was a very, very good session. I had a small presentation around SUMO and what we're trying to do. And overall, and there were some workshops as well, and overall it went really well, and I think that it will help a lot with growing the community here in Germany, and especially I hope it will help a lot with bringing some ladies as well, because the German community is pretty much only guys until now. so I'm always like the only girl present, which is funny. So yeah, it seems that it was very interesting to a lot of people. There were a lot of discussions. People were very engaged. There were a lot of people who expressed their desire to help with Mozilla and be part of the community. So I'm very positive about the outcome. And yeah, congratulations to the German community for organizing it. It was really, really interesting, and thank you to everybody who participated. We also had some people from Albania and Tunisia, Mozilla reps who came over to make some presentations. So that's about it. Again, if you are interested in organizing any kinds of events where you want to talk about SUMO, do let myself and Michal know. We'll make sure to provide all the support necessary.
Quick question about Berlin, if I may.
Sure, go ahead.
Were any of the sessions recorded, or is there any wiki page for that, or anything that we can just look up out of pure interest? Because I'm just curious.
Yeah, there is a wiki page. I can share it with you on Etherpad. The sessions were streamed, so they were live. I'm not sure if they were recorded though, but they were definitely live.
Oh, I think the wiki itself is already a good start. Sorry, just for saying, because if somebody's interested in organizing something similar, it would be good to copy, you know, like what most Balkans did, and now we have it for Berlin as well. To copy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Any other questions around Mozilla Weekend? Yay, Germans. All right. Cool. Then
did you have any Greeks at the summit? Sorry, no, we didn't have any Greeks.
No, we had 2 Albanians though.
Okay. Well,
2 Albanians and 1 Tunisian.
Okay.
And a lot of Americans. So it was good. Okay, so then I'll move on to knowledge base.
Yeah, hi again. So I noticed that a lot of users put an article request in the helpful vote field. So we're going to do some light experiments. We're going to possibly put a link to a form on top of some articles saying, like, if you have any article suggestions, enter them here. We might get a lot of spam or just complaints, but it's an experiment. So if it doesn't work out, it'll be easy to remove. We're doing this through Optimizely, so there are no code changes required. Also, I'm working with a new contributor so we have a learning curve with the wiki formatting. So we're going to do an experiment by having him work with just a Google form and see how easy that is to write an article, and then we'll have either me or someone else wikify that article. So if it works well, maybe we'll scale it up. But again, this is also an experiment, and we'll see what happens. And my last update is, so I'm working with the UX people to see what kind of Windows 10 articles we need. They don't exactly know what changes we need to make yet for the interface for Firefox, but I just want to give everyone a heads up. So yeah, we're not all surprised if we need to write some articles on how to mitigate Windows 10 problems. And that's it.
All right. Thank you, Joni. Any questions for Joni and her amazing updates? All right. No. Okay. Then, dear Michal, it's your turn. Tell us about
Just a very quick update. Thanks to Kadiri and Mike for keeping and finding the broken templates, or not broken, but simply mistitled templates. We're cleaning them up one by one, and there's some new popping up as well. But in general, please, if you're not sure how to localize a page or how to localize a particular type of content, there is documentation around it in the KB, and it's accessible and should be there. If you cannot find it, let me know, because that may mean that we should make it more visible, but it's linked from at least a few places. That said, hopefully today I'm going to meet afterwards with Mike and Kadiri, and we're going to finally kind of cut all the Hydra heads of all the templates that were not working properly and causing issues with the KD. And after that, we're going to have this feature kind of a thing to lock the template names, and it won't be an issue anymore. So people will be able to localize without worrying too much about the formatting of the title. Second thing is, I already mentioned that before. It was mentioned as an action item, but there's the tutorial scripts that are supposed to they're going to be used in recording videos or screencasts explaining the features of verbatim for localizers to simply walk people through and to clear up any doubts or inconsistencies that people may find when they're using the tools. Just to make sure that they actually include everything. I have not written all of them yet because that would be kind of a lot of knowledge to drop on you people. So there's 2 of them ready, and they're going to be coming this week, one by one. In the meantime, you're super welcome to jump in, take a look at them, realize that something is missing or something is difficult or something is not explained well enough, and put a comment in there or suggest changes. That's what the document is for. It's open. Some of you already have done it, so thank you very much for that. I'm really looking forward to doing this, making those videos with you and for you. Also, there's going to be some more updates about goals for the quarter, and we still don't know what exactly the goals are going to be, like the big ones. But hopefully there's going to be at least one around community engagement for Health and Ends. So I will have more details when I have it. That's it. But I'm really excited to think about that, because if that happens, that means that I'll probably get to see some of you in person, and I will be far away from this place, which is 44 degrees Celsius during the day. Unless we meet at the desert. Okay, that's it. Any questions?
Traveling. Any questions for Michal before he goes away to
before he melts?
Far away places?
No, before I melt here.
All right. Okay, so no questions. Thank you, Michal. That was very cool. I'll move on to the Spore Forum. So there are a few updates there. First of all, I know there were a lot of questions around advanced search and when is that going to happen, because there was a bug file quite a while ago. So we are working on it. I think Kadiri mentioned this already a couple of times, that we have a developer who's working with us 50%. His name is Adrian. And he's actually working on the advanced search part. Unfortunately, because he's with us only 50%, we cannot track that in sprints. So in case you were wondering when is actually the deadline for this, this is going to be finalized this quarter. So the latest will be September. I have also updated the bug with this information, but if you still have questions around it, please do let me know. But yeah, don't worry, it's going to happen soon. And for the next 2 updates, I think, Rachel, that's you, so I'll let you talk about them.
Yes, so I have 2 announcements. Over the weekend, Adobe Flash Player had released a bulletin that said its current versions are all marked as vulnerable. We do not have an updated version yet, so stay tuned for that. The other update that I have is that the contributor quality training program that was talked about way back last year and the current existing articles have been reformatted and added to the one and done atmosphere. So it's really exciting to see that you can see now a checklist of all the tasks for those of you who are new to answering questions. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to use that feedback button. One and Done does require a different email address, and please include your SUMO username when you do submit feedback so that we can get back to you as soon as possible, and enjoy. Thanks.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to actually play around with the whole one and done thing. See how it's done, how the one and done is done. A lot of fun. Yeah, thank you, Rachel, for the updates. Any questions for myself or Rachel or anything? Anybody else? All right, cool. Michael Bouluma said that, oh, he also is looking forward to go through one and done. Yes, let's all do that. The more we do it, the better, because we can test to see if this actually works and how we can make it better, improve it, and make sure that our lovely new contributors have a place where they can learn about our products and how to troubleshoot them, because that can be a bit difficult in the beginning. All right. Well, that being said, if there are no more questions, I wrap up. So I moved the action item from last week to this week as well. So we need to publish the results and action items from Whistler, and we will do this, I promise. Do not forget to share our blog and Twitter and follow us to see what's happening in SUMO. Otherwise, there will be a few people who are away this week, so check the admin availability status on the Etherpad. And I think that's it for today. Thanks, everybody, for participating today. Thanks, everybody who was watching us today. I'll see you on the forums and on IRC and everywhere else. Have a great week, sunny and not so hot as in Spain. And yeah, have a great week. See you online. Bye.